Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Nonye. So it's been a while since I had the sit down video on my channel, and this is the first I'm having after I have relocated. So shout out to the last 400 of you that joined this channel after you saw my relocation vlog. Thank you so much for coming, and to those of you that reached out directly and asked questions about coping with children, especially as somebody who has just come into the United Kingdom. So I'm a Nigerian and I live and work in London, England. So welcome. I'll start with some of the struggles that I've had. Now, the first struggle that I have had with having children here is space. So we live in, of course, in a rented apartment. Well, he knew here, so it's a rented apartment. It's not like what I used to have back home, where we live in a place that we had compound and the three children each had bicycles in a fenced compound with gates with barbed wire, so I can be inside, lock the door inside and get some work done while they are outside riding the bicycle with my neighbor's children. So they're like five outside running and shouting. After they're tired riding the bicycle, they can do hide and seek, and they can so they can work on their gross motor skills while I'm working on myself. But here, since they came, they've been crammed in, see, from sitting room to bedroom and sitting room. And sometimes they are running and I'm like, oh, you're going to run into something, you're going to hit something. And sometimes I just get sometimes I'm just tired, like hoops. My husband and I say it's because they don't have space like we used to. So during the holiday, for instance, during the Christmas holiday, they were just all over the place. That was one of the biggest challenge I had. It may not be a challenge for you if your children are older than mine. Mine are 10, 7, and 5. So they want to always run around. So space was a thing for me when I came here. It's not like go to the compound and go and play with your friends and let me rest. So that was one big challenge, especially during the holiday. And the second one is you don't have a place to go and drop them for, to say, okay, I want to go out there. Just going to leave you people with my neighbor. Hey, Mrs. XYZ, Mr. ABC, I need to run down the road. My children are in the house or they're here, and then you'll go and come back here. No. You don't know who's watching, you don't know who's likely to report. You cannot just leave your children and go out. And you don't want to take that chance because you may stand the risk of having the welfare come in and start talking about why you left your children unattended to. So that's one big challenge. It's not like leave them and then run away. Another one is school runs. For school runs, this one, it's not like if school resumption time is 8:45, you're not getting to the school a minute later. If you get a minute later, okay, well, that's fine. But that African thing is not there. Pick up time is pick up time. When it's time to pick up your child, you're there to pick up your child. I noticed that people don't come a minute late. Like, wait, you pick up, if the pick up time is 3:15, collect your child and go. It's not like your pick up time is in Nigeria. When I was taking my children to school, pick up time can be 4 p.m. and I'm strolling there at 4:30, and I'm like, because I know that teachers are still there till like 5:30. So some teachers even stay there to do extra work or stuff. But here some of the teachers leave by 3:30, or they have the time that they leave. So when it's time for pick up, you come to pick up your child. There's no African time. By the time you come in late, you just find out that all the children are gone. 5 minutes, all the children are gone. Your own children have been packed with maybe few other children that their parents have come in late, and they've put them in the office to say these ones their parents have abandoned them. Literally. And that was a thing for me, like, so when it's pick up time, it is pick up time. No African time. Hey, no extra time. No, hello Mrs. XYZ, the class teacher, please keep my child at the come, unless you want to pay for after school. I remember one time when my kids were being dropped off by my mom-in-law, their grandma. So she wanted to get some items from the school, so she went very early. As soon as she got there, she went before the time they were supposed to begin school, and my children were at the reception with her. So when she was talking to somebody saw them at the reception. I said, okay, going. The person thought that they came for breakfast class. It wasn't time for school to, it wasn't resumption time anyway. So but it was time for breakfast class. Now breakfast class is the class where you can keep your children before school starts. So breakfast class in some schools can start by 7:30 or by 8 o'clock. So they went there around like 8 or 8:05 or thereabout, but school resumed for them at 8:45. I don't know if you get it. So they were there early. So the person who saw them at reception thought that they came for breakfast class, took them into the breakfast room, and my children were served breakfast. Ladies and gentlemen, by evening I got a bill. And me, I was asking, what happened? And so they said they came in at breakfast time. They were dressed in uniform. And my mother was, I came to get the uniform for one of the kids, and then somebody told them to go in. I said, here, there's nothing like I thought or I think. They come in when it's not time, you go pay. So those are some of the struggles and the challenges of being with children here. So another struggle that the kids have is that they moved from Nigeria where all the kids in the classroom are of the same skin tones, the same skin color, black children, to a country where there are different races, mixed tribes, mixed culture, mixed religion, mixed ethnicity, all types and all kinds. I've been wowed and overwhelmed by the different types of ethnicity and culture that you would find here in this country. So for my son, my youngest son, when he walked into the class, he just put his head down, like, where exactly am I? So I had to start working on self confidence and being confident of yourself. I say now you're in an international school with different categories of people across the globe. So you're studying internationally or not locally. So it takes a lot for them to also settle in. Another struggle that I have, sometimes they're missing their friends back in Nigeria, and it's a big struggle to have new friends. It's a bit challenging. You want to have new friends, you don't know how to start, you don't know who is going to talk to you don't know whom to work with. That's a big challenge for them. But gradually, as they're beginning to get into school, they are beginning to understand what the situation is, and they are beginning to blend in. My first daughter is the popular jingle, so she made friends very easily. Unlike the two boys didn't really make friends like that. So they couldn't even give me a name of one person to say, wait, what's the name of the friend or you sit partner? Just because you're just going to school, sit down and mind their business. But I noticed that gradually they've been coming out of that. So another struggle that they had was with understanding how people spoke using the accent and the intonations. There's this British accent that children who were born here naturally have, and they are coming with our own thick Nigerian accent. So I just told them, be confident in your speaking, just ensure that you pronounce your words correctly. That's what's important for me. And then, but I noticed that when they're at home, they use the normal Nigerian accent, and then when they're back in school, they're speaking with their teachers. They're trying to speak like them, and then I'm trying to say, don't force yourself to speak like them. Just make sure that your words are heard. I know that with time they're going to pick up accents. That's children for you, unlike me, that my bone is now twisted and hard, and my tone cannot change. you know. But that's another struggle that they had when they came into this country and they wanted to settle into school. It wasn't that easy for them, but I know they're adjusting. Another big struggle that they had was with the weather. Oh, this is one weather that I do not understand, why it is raining and then it's sunny and then it is cloudy, and then by 3 p.m. it's getting dark and by 4 it's dark. So for the children, that was a huge struggle. So by the time they're returning from school, it feels like they're coming back home at night, because by then they can't keep track of time. They can't check their time to say, okay, this is the time, so we're not late, or we're going home at the right time. So sometimes they're coming back home and they're a bit dull, like we're coming from school at night. I don't know if you understand. And then when they're going to school, for the one I take to school and for breakfast class, it feels like we're going to school at midnight and then we're coming back in the dark. So for children, they really do not understand that. But so it took a lot of understanding and explaining to let them understand what the situation is, how the weather is like in this part of the world. So that's one transitioning. And then I noticed also for them as kids, they have been here and there has been power supply. They've asked me that question, like, when are they going to take light? And I'm like, they're in a country where the system works and then there's no power failure. So these are some of the little challenges that we have been seeing as it concerns school. So I have more videos about some of the challenges that I am facing and some of the struggles that we are facing as adults. I'll bring that to you in the next video. So this is to answer the question of some of the people that have asked me about the struggles and the challenges as it concerns schools and my children settling down here in the United Kingdom. I hope that helps the person that has asked this question. I'll see you in the next video with another one. Bye.